Star Wars Episode 1. The Phantom Menace. This is the next movie review on this channel. This movie stars Ewan McGregor, Liam Neeson, Natalie Portman, and Jake Lloyd. The basic rundown of this movie is him and him go on a mission to the Trade Federation ship, and that's where the movie kind of starts. Someone by the name of Viceroy plots to kill them, and it doesn't work. They fight against droids. Okay. And then they go to Naboo, run into Jar Jar Binks. Yes. They run into Jar Jar Binks, which takes them to Gungan City. And the leader lets them take Jar Jar into their custody. And then they go to the surface world of Naboo and meet Queen Amidala, Queen Padme Amidala. That's the first time we meet Luke and Leia's mom. Okay, played by the sexy Natalie Portman. And then they all of them leave together on a ship. That's where R2-D2 comes along. The first time we meet R2-D2. And Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Padme all are on this ship together. This ship ends up having a malfunction over Tatooine. Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Padme all end up going into this shop with this guy named Watto. And then Watto they meet with him to ask if he can fix the ship, and he's reluctant to fix the ship. That's where this little guy, Anakin Skywalker, comes in, just 9 years old. And he almost instantly falls in love with Padme, which, no shock. She was hot even at 14. And the 9-year-old saw, okay? Anyway, they end up going into his house, meeting his mom, Shmi Skywalker. And then they meet C-3PO. Okay? And he's not complete. And R2-D2 insults him. And then they all decide to, well, first, he senses that he has the Force, basically. And they're like, we're going to take him to Coruscant if he can win this pod race that's going to happen. And our ship will get fixed. And the ship did get fixed. And they did take him to Coruscant. But before then, we had a run-in with Darth Maul. Which is kind of like the Sith Lord from this movie, if you want to know. He was only using one end of his lightsaber, though, in the first fight with Qui-Gon. They all go back to Naboo. They all go back to Coruscant. Mace Windu is reluctant to let Qui-Gon take Anakin as his Padawan. Blah, 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 of course. Then he's like, give him to Obi-Wan. And they're also reluctant to give him to Obi-Wan. But Qui-Gon knows Obi-Wan is ready for Anakin. That whole mess, yeah. Yes, they talk. And yes, the Gungans do come to the surface. And, yeah. They fight a battle, and he ends up in a cockpit of a ship. And the line, now this is pod racing, comes to fruition. They get into a big fight with Darth Maul, ultimately ends with him dying, and him cutting Darth Maul in half, and him taking Anakin to be his Padawan. That's the whole story for you guys. You're up to speed now. Now I can talk about the rating and the runtime. Okay, this one is about 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and it's rated PG, as it should be. And then the music in this movie is by none other than the great John Williams. I mean, Duel of the Fates is one of the best songs in this movie. Yes, it's just from the first chord to the last chord, so impactful, so epic. And the other songs in this movie are obviously the opening title, coming after the 20th Century Fox theme, which, of course, yeah. 20th Century Fox definitely does make me think of Star Wars. That's just me. This is probably going to be my second shortest video on this channel. I recommend that you watch this movie on Disney Plus, because it is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. And yeah, that's it.